We often think greatness is built from massive leaps, giant breakthroughs, dramatic transformations, or overnight success stories, but that's an illusion. Excellence is never the product of one big moment. It's the sum of 1,000 small, consistent wins that quietly stack up over time. I'm your host, Isaac, and today on the Standards of Excellence podcast, we're exploring the compounding effect of small wins. Let's look at why steady progress, even when it feels invisible, is the most powerful force for change in your life. We love stories of sudden success. The viral video, the instant promotion, the breakthrough performance. But behind every overnight success is a long season of quiet consistency. The daily grind that nobody sees. We underestimate the power of small wins because they rarely feel exciting in the moment. We mistake a lack of visible progress for a lack of impact. But small wins are seeds. And every small decision to show up, every small improvement, every small act of discipline compounds over time. The problem is that people often quit before the compound effect can take root. They stop when they can't see the payoff, not realizing that success was accumulating in the background the entire time. Let me give you a story, one that explains this idea perfectly. Two farmers planted trees at the same time. The first farmer watered his tree daily, tended to the soil, and cared for it with patience, even though the growth was almost invisible for the first few years. The second farmer grew impatient. He wanted quicker results. He switched seeds, changed methods, and stopped watering consistently. After a few years, the first farmer's tree had taken deep root. It began to grow tall, sturdy, and strong. The second farmer's land remained barren, because every time progress slowed, he started over. That's how most people live their lives. They abandon small, consistent habits because they can't see immediate results, not realizing that the invisible roots were the foundation of everything. Your results compound after consistency, not before it. Let's look at this from a practical angle. Compounding is simple math. Small increments multiplied by time. 1% better each day doesn't sound like much, but compounded over a year, that's a 37-time improvement. That's the math of excellence. Small wins multiplied over time become exponential change. But here's what most people miss. Compounding doesn't work without patience. When you start something new, whether it's fitness, a business, or a skill, the curve is flat for a long time. The results are slow, subtle, almost invisible. And then suddenly, one day, you hit a point of acceleration. That moment is the payoff. That's the moment where all the unseen effort finally reveals itself. Excellence isn't linear, it's exponential. But only for those who stay long enough to experience the curve. Small wins don't just build momentum, they rewire your brain. Every time you complete a small task, your brain releases dopamine. Not because you achieved something monumental, but because you honored your commitment. That chemical reward reinforces behavior and strengthens the belief of, I can do this. When you focus on small wins, you shift from pressure to progress. Instead of being paralyzed by the side of the mountain, you can focus on the next step. The shift builds self-trust. And self-trust is the foundation of confidence. You don't build confidence by making promises to yourself. You build it by keeping them, one small win at a time. So how do you actually use the compounding effect of small wins in your daily life? Let's break it into 3 simple principles. Number 1, start small. I mean really small. People fail because they aim for perfection on day 1. Start with something too small to fail. 1 page a day, 10 minutes of reading, a short walk, a 5-minute stretch. Small wins feel insignificant, but they create consistency. And as we know, consistency compounds. Number 2, stack habits. Attach new wins to existing routines. For example, after you make your morning coffee, review your goals. After brushing your teeth, write 3 lines in your journal. Stacking turns isolated wins into systems. And number 3, track and celebrate progress. Write it down, check the box, notice the progress. When you celebrate small wins, you train your brain to associate consistency with reward, and that keeps momentum alive long after motivation fades. Excellence requires a long view. When you start focusing on small wins, you begin to realize that time is your ally, not your enemy. The longer you stay consistent, the more unstoppable you become. A day of effort changes little. A decade of effort changes everything. That's the compounding effect in motion. The invisible force that turns ordinary into exceptional. Don't look for overnight success. Look for overtime growth. Because the longer you stay in the game, the more the game bends in your favor. You don't need to take giant leaps. You just need to keep stepping forward. Because the person who wins isn't the one who moves fastest, it's the one who never stops moving. So today, focus on progress, not perfection. Find your one small win and let it compound. Thank you for listening to the Standards of Excellence podcast. If today's message resonated with you, share it with someone who's in the middle of their own long game. Remind them that small wins today create unstoppable momentum tomorrow. Until next time, pursue excellence, stack your wins, and make today matter.